This video training series is brought to you by Friday People, the National Lottery Community Fund and Proud Business Productions. So we're coming to the final stages now. We've done all our main interview footage, we've added B-roll and we've done our audio, and we're just going to have a look at adding some graphics and some other little bits. Before we do proper graphics, I just wanted to show you this quickly, if I just draw this out. So if you had two shots that you wanted to blend together, you can add a transition. So if you press this plus, you can do like a fade to black or a fade to white or a dissolve. There's lots of different ones. For me personally, I just prefer having standard cuts as it's a lot less cheesy, to be honest. So right, let's have a look at some graphics then. So if we go up to the title up the top, we have these titles here, and what are we going to do? Let's have a bubble. Let's go back to the beginning, and I'm going to add a bubble. Let's go here, and I'm going to click and drag it onto this graphics layer here, and I am going to actually I want that the other way around, so I'm going to get rid of that one and use this one instead, and I'm going to just write, I'm not going to write bubble, I'm going to write Cleo, name of the dog, and what I can do now is move it to where I want it. Just clicking and dragging. If I do this, it changes the size of it. You can change the rotation as well. So maybe I want it to be like that. I'm just messing around. You probably want to do something different. But down here now we can have a look at things like we can change the font. I quite like that one actually. I can change this again. We can change the size here rather than doing it down here. Here we can change the text, type of text, and the colour. I quite like red. And we can also change the background as well. It's not bad. But then we can go in and change. We can like add a border to it. Which doesn't really. Oh, there we go. So border around the text. Look. We can change the colour of the border. We can add a shadow. It's like a drop shadow. I'm going to leave that off. We can change the colour of the background if we want. I quite like red, to be honest. Radio, that doesn't seem to do much. And then the kerning is like the spacing of the letters. I liked how it was, so I'm going to leave it there. And then we can just change like where the text is aligned as well. So if we want it top of the screen, middle of the screen, bottom right, and how the text, I'm just going to move it back here, how the text is aligned as well, but it won't let you do it with this one in particular because it just automatically goes in the middle. And you can click done, and you can make this as long as you want, short as you want. I'm not going to leave it on there. I think it looks a bit rubbish, but it gives you an example of what you can do. Well, other thing you could do is if you click on it and then click motion, if you wanted it to fade in and fade out, change the duration of that here. If you want it to scale in, spin in, slide in, again, you don't want it to be too cheesy, so even just a fade. I'm going to leave none on it at the moment. The other thing you can do is keyframing. So if I click on here, basically that's added a little marker here that says at this point in time this is going to be this size and in this position. Then if I move it up here, look, I could then move it. It's added another keyframe there, and what it should do, yeah, it's in between there and there, it's going to move it. We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old. So you could go into great detail doing this. You could have it so it's on her head, and then as she moves her head, move it forwards a bit, You could even rotate it a bit, look. So it rotates with her head. And you get the idea. Let's have a look. Ooh.
We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years.
So you could have it following her head. But as I said, I'm going to delete that. There's lots of different ones you can use, just standard title. So if you wanted to say this one here. So when I come on screen, I can put, spell my name properly, Dave Proud, videographer, and you got all the same options again. So go for my Marvel geekiness there. I probably want to add a background so I stand out a little bit more. Company colors are orange, so stick orange. There we go. Put it down here, and then I could put motion on it and have it sliding in. If only it's, oh, there we go. And then drag it so it lasts that whole length, and then let's have a watch.
About 2 years old, and we think when we got her, she had spent probably about half her life in the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really exciting and really nervous.
Okay, so we could do that as well. Just before we finish off this video, the last thing I wanted to just quickly show you are these filters. And basically, you can use them to quickly change the look of your video. They're quite intense. So what I would say to do is find one you like the look of. Not bad. Let's go for that one. And then you have intensity value up here. So you can fine tune it in about there. And if you want, you can go to adjust and you can play about all this stuff. So if the shot's too dark, you can brighten it up with the exposure. You can add in a bit of saturation, noise reduction if it's really noisy. You can change the hues. Oh. All sorts of things like that. You can add a vignette as well, which darkens down the corners and focuses your eye into the middle. So that's the video done. I probably would want to play about with the colors a bit. Just as it looks a little bit flat. The blacks aren't really black and my face looks a bit bland, but for now you get the idea of how you can mess around with all that sort of stuff. In the next video I'm going to show you how to export and finish the video.